Hello there, and welcome to the Hashpower Academy, your place to learn anything to do with Bitcoin. The topic of today's video is going to be comparing Bitcoin to meme coins. If you are a returning viewer, you know where I'm going to go with this video. If you are new here, you love your meme coins, you want to learn something new, you want to go into a few interesting topics about what's going to come for meme coins, I'll give you that sad reality. It's done, dead, finito. Why? Well, one person only. Good old Mr. Trump, Mr. Orange Man with his orange coin. And the reason for that is everything to do with Bitcoin, there is aspects of speculation. That is the price and supply and demand and what's happening in the news used to be quite a thing that created price action when it came to Bitcoin. But everything to do with meme coins is absolute price speculation. The flood of people rushing into something, the pumping of it going up, and the game of musical chairs trying to get out. And that was a very interesting quote that I read from a person that's very famous on the Bitcoin side of things named Samson Mow. He had this very interesting quote, and I think you'll agree. He said that everyone in the crypto industry is trying to sell before everyone else and get out and cash out. And everyone in the Bitcoin industry, they're trying to buy before everyone else. Can you understand the psychological difference between those two? And the key takeaway here is that with the speculation aspects of different meme coins, it's gambling, it's playing musical chairs. And the peak is already behind us because how much bigger of a meme coin can you get than the president of the free world launching a meme coin, it pumping to multi-billion-dollar market cap in terms of its valuation on paper, on his presidential inauguration? It doesn't get any bigger than that when it comes to price and speculation. And so I'll just bring it back down to this one, is to the why. Why are you trading meme coins? Do you enjoy it? Is it fun? And the gambling aspect of that is just going to punish most people because you've got to see that these tokens are spun up at the cost of nothing. That's the entirety of pump.fun. Just spun up labels and wrappers and pictures that money of other different assets floods into to raise the price up, and someone's just extracting out the money underneath. That's it. And the danger there is, yes, you may be the one that sold on top of everyone else and cashed out other people's money because it's all a zero-sum game. Now, the reason it's a zero-sum game is because the wealth is inextricably linked to just two particular digital assets like USDT or Solana flooding in to buy it and reprice against other people's dollars and Solana and other things flooding in and taking it. And the difference there in comparison to Bitcoin is that Bitcoin has this exchange rate with electricity. And the outflow of that in thermodynamic terms, yes, gets released as heat from the Bitcoin miners underneath that are producing Bitcoin. But what's happening is it's getting repriced against energy as well. So there is this very natural circular economy that Bitcoin has between the digital and physical worlds. The difference there when comparing Bitcoin and its physical cost to produce, building a production floor and creating an asset that's, yes, fixed in supply, but grows in value over time when compared to the growing economy underneath. In comparison to meme coins, which are a flood of money into a picture, a face, a name, a story that was spun up last night by an insider group handing out the early amount to their friends before flooding in people that don't know any better. It's really sort of, it can be upsetting because there's an endless amount of suffering of people burning themselves with bad experiences with digital assets, and then they may not necessarily delve any further because they got burnt. And the two other aspects here are as to why don't people try Bitcoin first. It may seem boring, but there's an aspect of proof of work that you need to do. Here at the Hashpower Academy, we teach all the different maths and physics fundamentals of Bitcoin. If that's of interest to you, which to many that might not be, but if it isn't of interest to you, you can get yourself ahead with intellect, with learning knowledge and advancing yourself in a way that allows you to get ahead of others in the society that is completely in structure of who can get ahead based on intellect and how much you apply yourself in terms of your work. Because there's working hard, there's working smart, and the combination of the two is the perfect mix. And that's truly the important aspect here. The many people miss out on Bitcoin because they feel, oh, it's too big, one whole coin, too much. That's unit bias. You can buy a tiny fractional amount of Bitcoin and you are preserving the same amount of relative wealth over time. And people holding lots of Bitcoin, eventually they will pass away and it will redistribute to those that are not. That's just being old versus young. Your grandparents typically have a lot more stuff than you do. And the other aspect here is that getting ahead in a world of debt-based money. This is the reason why Bitcoin appeared. And then this stuff became the crazy story afterwards. That we live in a world where salaries are very much flat over time versus the cost of houses and the cost of living absolutely taking off. It's a problem with our central banking system flooding the world with units that buy your time and energy. You sign a contract to earn X amount per hour. So your valuable time will pay you this amount per hour. There's a quantity of dollars or pounds, euros, yen, pesos, whichever it is. And if the government can just print these units, your time and energy is being taken through inflation, tax, interest, you name it. And so this is where the whole Bitcoin journey began. It's a way of people being able to preserve their wealth in an asset that's priced against electricity, which is extremely important to society now. Everything about our world is becoming electrified. Just look at what Elon's doing. And on the other side of that, we've got this, I don't even know what word to apply to it. I just believe it's hype, speculation, short told stories, tokens that come from zero go back to zero, and in the journey you redistributed your wealth to someone else that got rich and they seem to spend it and burn through it just as quickly. That doesn't build a progressive society that helps to nurture society in a direction that's more prosperous versus Bitcoin that is people going out there in the world and trying to find cheap energy where it's wasted and excess. And they will capture that to secure the network and issue new units which have an alignment to important things in our physical world. Because this is the other thing about, say, people of a younger age, and I'm actually Gen Z somehow, right on the cusp before millennial, that we've grown up in a completely digital way that all of our generations before us didn't. That we are the kids of the internet, so to speak, and of the true sort of Web 2, Web 3 stages of the internet, I might add. And we are so digital that we may have this abstraction and disconnection from the physical world. Not all of us, but a large majority of people of a younger age. There is just psychological disconnects that some have with the physical world, the sort of pinching of is this real sort of thing, because we spend so much time online. It's a completely different universe. The way that, for example, I spent many years playing Minecraft as a good example. And yeah, meme coins being the very much difference between finding rare gems and not. But you know what? I think I'll leave it there. Thank you for listening to this video. If it helps you open up a new way of going, do you know what? I think I'll give Bitcoin a go. I think I'll make the effort to learn more about it. and maybe not try and get ahead with hype and speculation, but get ahead with academic intellect and proof of work, of learning, going on that journey to really understand it, because there's a lot of education out there and it's all typically free. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I will potentially see you in the next video. Goodbye.